So, if you watched the last tutorial, you might have had a go yourself at creating your gas bill. I've just put my simple one together here. Had a few mistakes there. Look. Comments at the top. Program to calculate gas bill, and I put my name and date when it was created. This is good practice to get into it as you start writing actual programs. To actually put your name and the date that you created it, and then if and when you come back to modify it, you can put those modification dates in as well. That way it just lets everyone know what's happening, because other people at some point in the future might have to come in and debug something or make changes to your code. And this one's a very good example of that, because I've defined the cost per unit at 34 pence. 0.34. Now that's fine for now if that is the price, but obviously at some point that's going to change. So if someone else had to come in and just recode that and make changes to it, to have all the comments here starts to make life a little bit easier. So that's my first variable, cost per unit, fixed there. Number of units equals, and I don't know how many of you might have had a guess at that. Bit difficult not knowing it, I guess, but I've defined the input this time as a float, which, if you remember, was a floating point number, a number that can have a decimal point in and then digits after a decimal point. So you could have done it with an integer like we did in the last tutorial, but obviously then you're stuck with whole numbers. But you still could have worked out the theory behind the program. I brought back a bit of formatting, so just to put a line between each of my outputs, look, and then I've indented tab tab, tab tab tab, tab tab, tab tab tab, and you can see the kind of 2 3 2 3 pattern. Now obviously as you start to write more complex programs and real programs, the way this is output and presented and formatted becomes more and more important, and you would spend quite a bit of time getting the actual maths correct is pretty straightforward, but then to get it to present to the user in the format you want and the layout you want will take a lot more time. So this is, let's just run through this program and see what happens. Run the module. Number of units 78.9, and it runs all the way through and done. So I hope that was similar to the one that you came up with.